Hello there guys! Today we are here once again to watch a subscriber's game and to help him understand what he is doing wrong and what he is doing right. So his name is xHanyou and he's from the North America server. He's gold 4 and he asked me to look at his game on Janna. First of all, I am going to look at his OPGG and see what he did this game. First of all, he went for Ignite and Flash, that's standard on Janna. His skill build, W first, Q second, E third, then max W first, then you go for the E max first. That's standard, that's good. Q second or E second. It's something that people sometimes ask me, do I go Q or E second on Janna? It depends on the enemy support and on the enemy jungler. If it's a jungler that can gank you early, that has very good ganks, like Lee Sin, like Vi, like Echo, Q is decent, and W and E is better against a lane that you need to mitigate damage from, like a very heavy poke lane. Like in this game, you have those two requirements. You have a very heavy poke lane that you need to mitigate damage from, MF and Xerath, and you have a heavy ganking jungler, which is Echo. So it's really up to you to what you think is the biggest threat. He chose to go Q second, and I think it's decent, because if he was expecting an Echo gank, that is good. But you really need to alternate between getting Q or E second according to the game you are in. Swath's Edge, that's good. He bots and the trinket, the vision ward. He went for Ardent Sensor first, which is pretty nice. There's nothing wrong with going Ardent Sensor. Here you have a Caitlyn. Yeah, it's good. If you had Janna, I'd be like, it's not great. Ardent Sensor is only good when you have AD carries that auto-attack a lot, like Caitlyn, Vayne, Twitch, Tristana. AD carries that don't auto-attack as much, like Ezreal, Lucian, or Jhin. Ardent is good with this, but this is a good buy right here. And then you were going to go for Redemption. I think it's decent. I think according to the game, you guys were fighting a lot. And that's normal in this elo, like gold 4 or silver. It's very common for there to be many fights in the mid game, especially. So it's decent. But since you guys were winning so hard, you could have gone for a Dark Seal, because Dark Seal is a very good item on Janna and she uses it super well. It gives her movement speed, it gives her AP, and Janna is very hard to kill, so she can stay alive and keep the stacks very easily. So I would have gone for a Dark Seal after I got my first tier boots. And then I would have gone for Boots of Mobility, but it's still good. Your build is still good. There's really nothing wrong with it. But if Echo or Jax were getting fed, I would recommend you going for Mikhail's instead of Redemption right here. Because a fed Jax or a fed Echo going in on your team, you really need the CC removal to get them away from your carries. And now your runes. You went for Comet and Celerity stuff. You went for Domination second, that's good. This is acceptable, this is good too. Like Additive Force and Health. You could also go for Magic Resist, arguably, because these guys do a lot of magic damage, but this is good too. And Domination is completely fine. It's very good on Janna. But against heavy poke lane, sometimes I like to go Inspiration second for the Cosmic Insight and for the biscuits, because the biscuits give you a lot of sustain against their poke. Okay. You're at the edge here, which is good. Like, when you are at the edge of the fountain like that, you get to wherever you want faster. And you are putting yourself in this bush. That is very good, because when you put yourself at the edge of the fountain, it saves you time to get to wherever you want on the map, because you already took some steps and you don't have to walk as much. Also, it's very good that you are standing on this bush, because to watch out for enemy invades, but it's not very good to stand here alone, in my opinion. I've actually done this mistake before. I stood in this bush alone, as Soraka, and then the enemy team was here. They all came through here and they actually killed me, even when I tried to run away. So you should stay here, but with a teammate by your side. You shouldn't really stand in this bush alone, level 1. I would ask Caitlyn to come with me, and if she didn't, I would just back off and just stay with the rest of my team here. Okay, you're just helping your jungler. So now you guys are going through to the lane. I don't like this. If Caitlyn is going this way, you should really go with her, like this way, because you should really be with your AD carry. Because imagine that they were coming through here and then they attacked you. You would be alone, receiving poke from 2 people. If Caitlyn came with you, you could attack them together. Or you could even force them to back off by poking them, and then they would have to go away and go all the way over here and go through the lane. But alone it's kinda risky. So now you're laning. You have to be more careful and not get poked a lot level 1 for free, because getting poked in lane is good, because your AD carry is not getting poked while you are, then you can just sustain back up. It takes pressure off your AD carry, but do not get poked for no reason. Get poked, for example, to get MF away from this minion right here. If she poked you right now, that would be good, but getting hit by Xerath's Q for no reason, that's no good. Okay, Misfortune is very far forward, and Xerath does not have his Q. So right now I would not be over here. I would be in this MF's face, auto-attacking her and Wing her. Especially when there are these minions here and Caitlyn is so close to them. I would really just be in this MF's face right now. Like, there is nothing stopping you. She is out of position, and this guy is very far in the back. He can't do anything to you except auto-attack, and what's that gonna do to you? It's a Xerath auto-attack. Yeah, this is a missed opportunity. You should just walk up to her and auto-attack, W her. I know that you do later, but instead of getting one W on her, you could have gotten like an auto-attack, a W, and another auto-attack. It doesn't seem like much, but Janna's auto-attacks, one by one, starts dropping your enemy's HP, and that's very good for you guys. So look at this minion. This BMF wants this minion so badly, and this Xerath isn't helping her at all. He isn't giving presence for her. Just attack her right now. You shouldn't be here. You should be here attacking her. Like, yeah, you even backed off a little bit. No. It would be a lot better to attack her when the minion was super low, because then she would have to choose. Like look at the minion. She's gonna have to auto-attack it. If you get in her face right now, she's going to have to choose between damaging you and losing this, or taking the minion and taking poke for free. This was exactly the right time to poke her. Especially because Xerath does not have his Q. His Q is on cooldown. Like, you have to abuse, like, see, I'm sorry. Like, look at that. You W'd her, and you got an auto attack in return. If you had gone at her at this exact moment when the minion was low, whoops, you would not have gotten damage in return. Like, she would have just gotten the W and she wouldn't have been able to attack you back. You need to think about the enemy cooldowns, the enemy positioning, and use the minion's health to and the enemies wanting the last hit to abuse them and gain advantages in lane. For example, right now, Xerath is getting his Q back, so this minion right here, and this minion is very far forward, so this is a bad minion to punish MF for. So for example, this minion right here, punishing her for this is bad, because Caitlyn is back here. If you went here to attack her, you would get poked, and you would get the Xerath Q in the face because it's back up now, because it just came off cooldown. You also need to keep your enemies' cooldowns in your head, because if the enemies don't have abilities, they can't damage you, especially if they're mages. Like, a Xerath that doesn't have his abilities up, like, what can he do to you? Like, yeah, like, this is good. You just backed off a bit. It's nice. That was the right call, and Caitlyn's getting poked. Okay, this minion right here. Good. That was very good. See, like, she missed the minion because she hesitated because you went at her. You scared her a bit. She hesitated for a millisecond, and she missed the minion. And you got gold from your spell thieves, and you poked her. It's great. It's very good. You should get used to leveling up your abilities with your keyboard and not with the mouse, because like, just think about it. When you are fighting, you need your mouse right here, right, to attack people, and then your ability is right here. You need to move your mouse over here to click it, and then you can fight again. If you just use your keyboard, you can keep your mouse here, you can keep attacking your enemy, and you can just use a keyboard, press a key, and it's done. And you didn't have to move your mouse, you didn't have to waste time. Okay, that's a good dodge, nice. Echo is missing. The enemy bot lane actually came to lane later. Like, it's Echo. I would assume he would start here, and right now he must be topside, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. I'm sorry. I would just go into the river right now, and I would go ward to watch out for him, and I wouldn't go further than this line right here without warding, because you always need to keep the river warded. Otherwise, you are opening yourself a lot to ganks. When you do ward the river, you should not ward over here. You should ward over there at the tip of the bush. If you want to ward this bush, which is good, because Echo is a jungler that can get over walls with his E. Any jungler that can get over walls, you should ward this river bush instead of the river itself. Because they can simply jump over this wall and gank you. Like, imagine that you warded the river and this was all, like, this, you didn't have vision here. Champions like Lee Sin, champions like Vi, champions like Echo that can get over the wall, they would jump here and you wouldn't have any vision on it because the ward would be right here or something. So this is a good ward in this bush. It's good to ward this bush against champions that can get over walls. So that's intelligent, but you should put it over here. Because if they do decide to gank through the river, this gives you more time to react. Because a ward over here gives you vision until here, right? But the ward over here gives you a lot more vision into the river, and you see the jungler coming earlier. And that gives you more time to react, more time to run away, more time to plan your abilities in order to stop them and protect your AD carry. So yeah, it's a good idea, but poorly executed. They should put it over here. This is what some pro players call a lazy ward, and it's legit something that even challenger players do. The other day, actually Sneaky did this. He just put a ward over here in this side of the push, and then he just the mid jungler came, and he didn't have enough time to react, and he would have enough time to react if he put it over here at the tip of the push. So don't make that mistake. Okay, look, Akali is telling you that Echo does not have flash, so keep that in mind. You should look at the timer and say, and write in chat, Echo and flash, and like put an F, and then add 5 minutes to the time right now. So it's 3:36. So Echo would have his flash back up at 8:36, because keeping track of enemy cooldowns is so important. An enemy that doesn't have flash, one, can't go as aggressive on you, and you also are safer against him because he can't just flash to avoid your abilities, he can't just flash to finish you off. So yeah, flash is such an important summoner spell that you should always keep track of when your enemies have flash, and even when your allies have flash, because if you want to go more aggressive, you should make sure that your AD carry has both his summoner spells, so in case something goes wrong, he can like run away, or he can flash to secure a kill, for example. But it's like it missed. Like, it already missed. You should not have shielded Caitlyn, actually. It's a waste of mana. You just lost what? You just lost like 50 mana for no reason. Like, yeah, if the enemy abilities miss your allies, you should not just shield them after. You should like always shield reactively. Like, if it misses, don't do it. Don't use your shield for no reason. So right now, I think you should have shielded Caitlyn earlier. And right now, I would legit be Wing and igniting MF right now to force her heal. Like, right now, you could have ignited his MF and she would have died. Like, even if she doesn't die, you force her heal, and that is great. And you'll also force a flash. You should really be opening the tab and just spam pinging MF flash and thinking mentally, it's 4 minutes, she's going to have her flash up at 9 minutes again, because that gives you plenty of time to make a play on her without her being able to get away. Now you see that Echo is coming. MF can't do anything because she is so low. Xerath has his stun and stuff, and Echo, like, his main threat is his W. This guy doesn't have a stun. This is a very bad gank. Isn't going to work at all. So I would be very confident in this gank. I'm pretty sure you can stop it. So, excuse me. So, what you need to do right now is just use your Q to peel Echo off Caitlyn and shield her and attack him, and you're gonna be fine. These guys aren't going to get anything out of this. That was good, you ignited him, but you should have shielded Caitlyn earlier. Like, honestly, if Caitlyn hadn't E'd out of the Echo W, she could potentially die here if Xerath had hit an ability on her. Like, you should have just shielded Caitlyn. You are holding on to your E, and you only shield her after everything is done. It's a very bad shield. You need to shield to mitigate damage, like you need to shield while the things are going on, not after everything is done. I think you have the habit of just shielding stuff after it's no longer needed. You need to use your E more reactively. Like, Echo is about to go on your Caitlyn, just shield her when he's about to be on top of her. Like, don't shield her after he's dead. Because she could potentially have died if she hadn't put that trap down. Yeah, you really need to get better ears in. Okay, the guy flashes, Xerath died. Okay, you're helping Caitlyn push, that's very good, very good. Look at this minion wave. You should just queue this wave, and you should really be queuing this wave. Like, of course Caitlyn is be okay, like, Xerath is dead, MF had to back, she was too low, Echo died, she isn't in any kind of danger, but you should really help her push this wave under the enemy tower, and then you should back at the same time as her. Okay then. Boots, and the Vision War, that's good. Right now, Caitlyn is backing. There is nothing you're gonna do in lane. I would just go with Fiddlesticks right now, and I would try to do something mid lane. We're going bot. What are you expecting to do right now? Like, your jungler is going mid. The mid laner is actually fighting. Your Caitlyn is base. What are you gonna do bot lane? This is bad. This is bad. You should really be with Fiddlesticks and Akali. Like, this could potentially, you being here could potentially be the difference between killing Yasuo or not, or forcing Yasuo to flash or not. Okay, so Yasuo flashed, but maybe you could have killed him if you were here with them. Also, this is good that you are pinging that this place is warded. But for example, this ward here, this is okay, honestly. But with a Fiddlesticks jungle, I don't know. I think this ward is fine. There is nothing really bad about it. Like, for example, if the enemy mid laner was heavy roamer, LeBlanc, Echo, Harry, Talon, I would go for a ward here in case they try to come through your jungle to gank you guys, because they can do this. They can go like this and come through here, and then they surprise you in this push. So actually a ward over here at the other side of the red buff is good against the heavy roaming mid. If you guys have lots of control over the lane, a ward here is actually good because it forces the enemies to play scared, because they don't know what's in here. Like, Akali could come gank them and they wouldn't know that she's in here. This would be decent too. And this push right here is good if your jungler wants to come gank through here. And sometimes putting your ward in the lane is also good, like in this push, in your push, is also good because the enemy, your jungler can come gank through the lane. So you should always think about what's the best scenario to put you, like where's the best place to put your ward according to the scenario of the game. It's actually risky for you to be right here because you don't know where Echo is. Fiddlesticks is not here to help you stop, and the enemy bot lane, you don't have priority on the lane. It's not pushed, so the enemy bot lane is free to roam to you and kill you. And imagine that Echo was right here, like, he just jumped on you. You do have flash, but you have to be careful. That's okay. I don't know. I think I would just rather put it right here. It gives you a lot more time to react to Echo if he does come in through the jungle. Okay, you know that Echo's top side. I would commit right now. Even if you don't do anything, you don't kill anyone or anything, at least you are giving presence to Akali right here. I would be pinging that the bot lane is coming right here. Good. Nice. They're gonna get your ward now. It's fine, it's fine. I would just be going to gate lane right now, because you don't want to miss the XP from these minions. And yeah. Okay, so Caitlyn is going good. That's a good shield. Like that's a good shield. You didn't like wait for stuff to happen. She's going in. You shield her, and now she's getting extra ED, and she's gonna get extra ED, and she's gonna get shielded from damage. That's a good E. Good job. That's how you use E. Reactively. Good job. Like, you should be auto-attacking more, honestly. You are using your abilities a lot, but you aren't auto-attacking a lot. No, this is bad. Like, I don't know how many pots or anything Caitlyn has, but right here you have lots of pots. You can like regen your health very easily. I would just use my E on Caitlyn right here. It's bad to use your E on yourself here. You should be saving it for whoever doesn't have pots. Caitlyn is getting poked a lot. Another ish. You just E instantly. Don't wait. E instantly, and she's going to get more damage off on her ult. Yeah, you waited too much. You waited too long to E her. This is kind of a weird roam. Like, what are you trying to get off here? You know that Echo is around here, so he can counter gank you very easily. Okay, she has ult up, but downs. If you know that Yasuo doesn't have flash, it would facilitate a gank from Fiddlesticks, but you alone with Akali, with Echo, like being able to just counter gank, this is very bad. You should not be here. You are losing like stuff in lane because the wave isn't completely pushed to the enemy tower. Okay then, so you guys are gonna fight. That's kind of bad Q. It's going to hit, but it could not hit because when the enemies have a lot of space to run to, it's not very good to just throw your Q like that. I would have waited, and I would rather use a close-up Q, like just a fast tap Q, just QQ on them in this situation, because they could potentially just dodge this if they were better. But the MF is just walking into it. Like, okay, and then Caitlyn heals for some reason. I don't know. I don't think you needed to flash there. And then you get the kill. Wait, let me look at the plating. I would just rather get a plating here rather than getting a dragon. Echo's there. I don't like this ward. Like, if Echo actually wanted to steal this or try something, he would go from this wall. Like, why would he come here? Even if he stays here without the ward from you guys, you're going to see him. I would just ward over here so you can get vision on him. Okay. So you know that he's going to W. Yeah, see? Like, he just W'd and you did not see his animation because this wasn't warded right here. Like, okay, you need to think about what the enemies can do, what they are gonna do. And this ward is bad. You should ward over here because this is where you need to see. Like, not here. Like, Echo would never step here. He would be here because he's protected by the fog of war. But if you place a ward, he isn't going to be protected by the fog of war anymore, and you're going to see him activate his W animation and you guys can dodge. Yep. You need to think a lot more about that. You do move in between auto attacks, and that's very good. I would not waste my Q right here. In case Echo comes, you should really have your Q ready to keep him away. Like, using your Q for no reason right here is bad. But honestly, you guys should be able to get this dragon very easily. Because Yasuo is in lane, Echo is still level 5. Fiddlesticks has Smite and is level 6, level 6. These guys are all level 5. Like, this is a completely free dragon. Shielding Fiddlesticks doesn't do a whole lot because he drains more than he auto attacks, so it's kind of a wasted shield. And I would have just backed immediately instead of shielding Fiddlesticks there. You really need to make the most out of your time. Like, this is where I would have gotten the Darksteel. Like, you're doing pretty well, so Darksteel would be nice. So you're getting a Vision Ward. That's okay. Like, your keeping them away from the tower. I would just drink a potion right now, just to keep myself healthy. Like, that is okay. I don't think you're gonna get anything off on these ganks. It's very hard to gank a Yasuo because you can just dash through minions and get away. Okay, Echo, stop. Okay, that's a good dodge. Eesh. You have to be careful with misfortunes like this. When minions are at low health, you can't put yourself in front of them. She's just going to Q you through them and you're gonna get a lot of damage. Like, look at that. You lost half your HP. Be very careful against misfortune that can use minions against you. I would have actually shielded myself there. This is kind of a weird back by Caitlyn. Like, how much gold does she actually have? Like, a good back is based off of items power spikes, not based on mana and health problems. And that would just be a back on mana and health problems. That would be a bad back. Okay, MF flashed. Like, Caitlyn is the one pinging stuff. You should be the one pinging stuff. Like, seriously, the only thing a ready carry should have to worry about in the laning phase is legit CSing and dodging skill shots. You should be worrying about doing everything else. You've had this warden here for a very long time. Like, I mean, yeah, look, you bought another ward and you didn't even put the other one down. Like, Dragon is up, you should have a ward over there instead of having it in your inventory. Wards don't do anything if they are in your inventory. Wards only do something if they are put down on the map to give you vision. Okay, just a ward right there. I wouldn't stop to get this one unless my trinket was really at the end, because these wards will be revealed even if you don't have the sweeping lens activated. So instead of stopping and wasting your lens on this one, you could be looking for more wards and taking them down with the sweeping lens, and then you could come back to this one. That would be the best course of action, because you wasted half the time of your sweeping lens. You always like to ward here, why? I don't get it. If you want to ward this part of the jungle, go over here and ward like in front of the blue, or come here and like ward over here, like in this part. Like, this is just an entrance, and by the time the jungler is here, you already don't have that much time to react. It's much better to go over there. Okay, it goes there. Careful. You don't know where Yasuo is, you don't know where MF is. Imagine that Echo just goes on you and then MF just ults from this part of the jungle. You're fucking dead. You have flash, but you're still fucking dead. You have to be careful. Okay, watch out for Echo's ult. Be very careful. Okay, you know that he's in there. You should not go fist check that bush. Like, you know that he's there. Why would you put yourself like in front of his face? He's gonna jump on you and you're gonna lose a lot of HP from his E. Yep, told you. And that's okay Q, to be honest. Like, you're just keeping them away. And right now, what I would do is walk over here and stay behind Caitlyn. And right here, where no one can attack me. But you put yourself like in front of everyone. Like, when you are right here, like, you will get a really weird ult that doesn't really do anything because your allies are still full HP and you're still full HP. Like, just think, look at your positioning. This guy can attack you, this guy can attack you, this guy can attack you. MF can come through here and attack you. She could even ult from here. This is terrible positioning. You are legit putting yourself in the middle of the enemy team or something. You should be over here, like back here with Caitlyn. That's very bad position, and then you had to flash to not get hit by the Zarth stun. That's so bad. That was really bad. You need to get better at your positioning in teamfights. Never put yourself in the middle of the action. You need to stay back. Yeah. And then the maths. Another mistake. You are very, very low. And like you are very, very low. You should not be over here attacking MF. You should be over here. Because you don't know if she has vision on you right now or not. So you should legit just let your enemies, your allies attack her and stay over here, like out of her range, because you're gonna die because she auto-attacked you and you died, and you could have lived here if you just stayed back. Okay, you guys are winning that, that's nice. Okay, you guys are taking mid lane now. Still, your wards, you aren't warding enough. Your wards are always in your inventory, like, I don't know, you need to get more vision. Like, vision is about where the action is going to, where things are going to happen. If dragon is about to spawn, like about 1 minute before, you should go ward there. If the baron is about to spawn, you should go there and you should get vision around it. If you think that if your jungler is very powerful and the enemy jungler is behind, and you have priority on the lanes, which means that your lanes are pushing the enemies to their tower, you can like go get vision here with your jungler and then like get this camp from him. If you are losing, you should try to get wards over walls and ward defensively so you know where the enemies are. Like, warding is all about anticipating what is going to happen and giving vision. It's so important and you aren't doing it enough. You really need to get more wards going. Like, your warding game it's pretty bad, and then you always have your vision wards. That's a decent ward because you know like what's gonna happen in the jungle. But honestly, you know that Xerath and Echo are here. I would actually be more ballsy and I would come over here and get vision in this part of the jungle. Like either in this bush or here in front of red buff, or in this bush like right here, like that little one next to the raptors. That would be good to get deep vision. Like, you know that Echo and Xerath were here, you know this guy is here, like I think that would be good. But always keep track of where the enemies are. Otherwise, like if you don't know where the enemies are, like you can't go ward safely because they can just appear out of nowhere and jump on you. Okay. You guys should not be here. Your top laner is dead, your jungler is over here, and the three of you are super squishy and you are here, like alone. You should not be next to this tower so deep into enemy territory alone. And this is actually a bad time to go ward. You should be with your team right now, not going to ward. Warding was before, when you knew where the enemies were, knew that they were mid lane, this guy was top lane. That's when you should have gone to ward. Now Caitlyn's dead. Like, don't even try to save her right now. Like, she was dead, deader than dead. And right now, I would go top lane. Right this moment, I would go top lane. I would go help Fiddlesticks kill these Jax. Okay, he killed him, but who knows, maybe you could have gotten an assist. And you are so fast that you actually would have gotten here in time to shield this turret and keep them from taking it. Echo's gonna ult, be careful with his ult, don't get into the range. Nice. That was kind of a weird Q, it didn't hit anyone. I would legit I would not like use my Q here. I would that was a random ass Q. I would just save it to keep Yasuo from going on the Akali. And then you just do a really weird ult again Like, it wasn't needed. You had your shield up. This just wasn't going to kill Akali. You shielded yourself now, that's good. But I think your abilities, you need to use them better. You are using them kind of randomly, without okay. Without thinking much. You aren't warding enough. That's probably what's keeping you from getting to platinum. Or something. Because it's just the thought process, and you not using your abilities randomly, and warding more. Your warding game is pretty bad. Again, you're using your Q randomly. You should really save your Q to keep Echo from entering his W and protect Caitlyn. Okay, it worked, but it's still a random Q, I don't know. When the enemies have assassins that can jump early carry, when they have abilities like Zac that can, like, Zac's jump, when they have like Tristana, when they have people that can go in on you, whether it's with jumps like Tristana or Zac, or when they have like assassins like Katarina, Talon, Echo, you should really be saving your abilities, like your Q especially, and your ult, to keep them away and to cancel their dashes in case it's a Tristana, Zac. Otherwise, if they don't have any of those type of champions, they don't have like an ability that jumps and that you can interrupt with your Q and your ult, you can, in teamfights, you can actually channel your Q and try to engage on the enemies with it, but only if they don't have assassins, or if they don't have like champions that have gap closers that you want to use your Q to stop. In this game, that's a bad idea to just randomly use your Q. You really need to get more of a grasp on your abilities and not waste them so much. You waste them a lot, and your positioning using your ult and your Q is weird. Okay, you guys legit won that fight because of Fiddle and because of Nasus. They legit won everything for you guys. Like, you didn't do anything, it was legit Fiddle and Nasus. Again, you are shielding people after they already took the damage. You almost killed yourself to the tower. Stop using your Q and your E and stuff randomly. You need to use it reactively, like when things are about to happen, or while they are happening, not after. Okay. Because you guys are getting the nab. You should be pinging your team to get the fuck out right now. They are overstaying. Just end the game. You waste your Q. It would be more useful if you just used your Q right here. Like, imagine that you had your Q to keep Yasuo away from Akali. Like, okay. Okay, like, he got her with his Q. There was nothing you could do there. But imagine that you could keep him away from dashing on her if you had your Q up, instead of using your Q randomly here. Like, it's just, I'm sorry if I'm just insisting on it so much, but it's something I see so many Jannas do. They just waste their abilities. It's okay. It's okay, ward. Like, Baron is up. You should really be warding Baron now. Like, just go to Baron and ward it. It's fine, I guess. It's just a Cloud Drake. It's not the best thing in the world. This should be warded. Like, this isn't enough. You really need to ward Baron, because, believe it or not, in this game there aren't champions that can do like two-man Baron, but imagine Udyr and Jax. If they are very fed, they can actually duo Baron. And a ward like this doesn't give you vision on what they are doing here inside the Baron pit. So this isn't enough. You maybe look at this and you're like, no, this is enough. It's not enough. This isn't enough. You really need to get vision in the Baron pit and around the jungle near Baron. Like, this is the most important objective right now. Like, even if you got Dragon right now, fine. You have these wards. Just go get vision on Baron. I don't know why you are. I would have just come with them. Like, yeah, okay, there's a ward here, but this is not a good time to be warding. Do you know those times in game when you are thinking, there's nothing for me to do? Those are the times when you should be de-warding and warding. When things are happening, you should not be warding and de-warding, you should be with your team. Like right now, these guys could be killing themselves, and you can prevent that with your ult and your Q. Like, see, the kid just died. This is probably going to delay the game, and if you were here to protect her, when this guy's like, if you were here to protect her, maybe she wouldn't have died. But it's bad of these guys to just be here. Like, you guys should be grouping and either getting the bot turrets or just coming here and trying to do 5v5, because you guys are much stronger than they are. Like, look, the 13, 11, 13, 12, support doesn't really count. But yeah, like, see, you guys are levels above, you guys are more fed. Okay, good. That's the good Q. Like, that's a fucking good Q. I'm sorry for cursing that. That's a fucking good Q. You disrupted Yasuo, you disrupted Echo. I think you're going to hit... Wait, I think you're going to hit Zaras too. Like, that's a fucking good Q. Like, see, no, that's a good Q. And they'll all do... Okay, let me see what happens now. Again. The random Q. Stop with the random Qs, please. Stop it. Okay, Jax, it's Jax. He can jump on you. You need to save your Q to keep him from jumping on the Kali. This Q is gonna go here or something. It's so bad. This Q is so bad. Like, I learned these things from my own games, from my own mistakes. You can't just use your abilities randomly. You have to position correctly. Okay, I hope that really sinks in, and that you really learn not to waste these abilities, because there are so many things that could be avoided. Akali could have not died if you had, like, okay, he flashes, but still, you could have disrupted him right here. Akali could have not died if you used your Q correctly here. Maybe he would end up flashing it, but it would still be the correct play. Like right here, saving your Q to stop the Jax jump would still be the correct play. And I would just shield the Kali immediately. She wasn't shielded. Imagine that just your Q and your E right here was enough to save a Kali. Imagine that the Kali was shielded instead of not having a shield on her, and your Q had disrupted Jax long enough that he wasn't able to get the last auto attack on her. Like, imagine that. That would be such a good play. That would be the correct play. And now you have to flash for, like, something that could have been completely avoided if you just stopped his jump with your Q and not used your Q randomly. Yeah, okay. Like, it's just gonna end it. Yeah, very good job attacking the Nexus. People are always like, let's not attack the Nexus, let's just attack the enemies here. No, just focus on the Nexus. The Nexus is what wins the game, not killing the enemies in the fountain. So, yeah, honestly, I think that your problem really is with your ability usage. You really need to be careful with that. And you need to have better macro, and you need to ward more. And sometimes there are some things that you are missing in lane. But I mean, you have a pretty good win rate on Janna, so you should be able to keep on climbing with her this season and in future seasons. Just there are some like mistakes that you can fix that can make your Janna even better and your games even better. So I really hope that I helped you somehow. All the notes that I took are going to be in the description, and you and anyone that watches this can go check them. So I hope I was of help. I hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something. And I'm really happy to be able to review your game and help. So till next time, guys. Bye bye.